Never been here before, and I'm a little questioning about the bull that looks like he's either high or a little local, but we'll see. To celebrate Mother's Day, El Salvador style, we ended up at the only restaurant that didn't have a line coming out the door and over an hour wait. Tacos El Taurino. Vamos. What a cool, this is such a cool Salvadorian Mother's Day adventure. Check out this restaurant, this is cool. They have koi. I want to share with you about how El Salvador does Mother's Day. And they do it up. They do it up a lot. Even more than the US, I would say. Because family is just that important in Latin culture. The first thing you need to know about Mother's Day in El Salvador is that it is May 10th. It does not matter what day of the week May 10th falls on. That is Mother's Day. And families are so important that Mother's Day is actually a national holiday. So all the banks are closed, all the schools are closed, most of the businesses are closed. In fact, the only businesses that are open are the businesses that moms want. So that means the restaurants are all open and the shopping centers are all open because let's get real, women, we love shopping. When we left to go out, we made the big mistake of not having a reservation. And this beautiful restaurant that we went to, which is one of the best in El Salvador, had a 2-hour waiting time just to get in. So, after that, kind of wandered around trying to find anything that didn't have a line protruding out of the front door. I mean, check this out. Even Pizza Hut had a line coming out of the front door. So the next surprise that came up for Mother's Day is when we sat down. Well, most of the restaurants in Latin America, they don't serve bread or nachos or tortillas when you first come out. That's usually an American thing. You know, you go to Olive Garden and you get your breadsticks and your salad. Or you go to Texas Roadhouse, you know, and they have that awesome honey butter with rolls. Or you go to Mexican restaurants and they usually give you chips and salsa. That's not usually a thing in Central America. As I drove down, all the way down to Costa Rica, no, the restaurants don't really do that. You get the food that you pay for. But I was super pleasantly surprised that when we came and sat down here, they actually do have really good fresh salsa and chips. That was surprise number one. Surprise number two was that their drinks they're real. That's the other really awesome thing about Latin America is there are some drinks where they'll just use syrup with water, but honestly, because all the fruits are so plentiful, typically processed fruits aren't really the thing here. People make everything fresh. So we got this is horchata, and that's made. It's kind of like cinnamon rice drink that's really popular in Latin America, and it's really good. And this is their fruit punch. And when I saw fruit punch on the menu, I was like, I don't want some red syrup with water. You know what? This is not red syrup with water. This is watermelon, strawberries, pineapple, like with the chunks in it as I'm drinking it. And you get the best surprise of all, because in El Salvador, the food is much, much cheaper than the US, because food just grows so plentifully here and it's so abundant. So for example, we got this big burrito for $6.25, and we got this whole plate of tacos to make yourself for just $14. Down here, check this out. They always wrap their silverware in the napkins just in order to make sure that everything's clean and there's no mess, there's no nothing. Pretty smart idea, huh? And if they don't have it this way, they'll also put the silverware together like this and keep it all racked up in order to keep it clean and ready for you to eat. And even the dessert was fun, because apparently they give Kisses lollipops, which is in the shape of a heart, with every bill when you leave. Isn't that fun? And I thought, well, maybe that's just a Mother's Day thing. No, apparently they do it every day. Instead of like dinner mints, this is what they give away. Isn't that fun? A few other little things about Mother's Day. The dad is typically the only contribution the dad usually gives on Mother's Day is paying for the family to go out to eat on Mother's Day. It's mainly the kids that are the ones that are giving the gifts, but it's not, the gifts aren't that big of a deal like in the States. In the States, it's usually like all about, well, what did you give her? And, well, I gave her something better than what my brother's present was, or something like that. In Latin America, family is just about hanging out together and just spending time together. It's not so much about stuff. So that's why Mother's Day, kind of the whole world stops and everybody just hangs out and enjoys mom. So candy isn't usually a gift that that's given at Mother's Day, but they do cakes. They do have a lot of Mother's Day cakes that they'll bring out and that a family will do for their Mother's Day celebration. So for my own little contribution to Mother's Day, as a world travel life coach and a YouTube vlogger and a mother of 7, and as one of 7 siblings, this is my mother's necklace. And I am eternally grateful, because she is the one that gave me this bug to travel the world and to never be afraid of what life has in store for you, regardless of what it throws at you. And my mom is an amazing, amazing woman. She wanted to be a pilot. She comes from a family of aviators. But because of the age that she was in, women weren't allowed to be pilots. Only Amelia Earhart broke through that glass ceiling in my mom's day and age. So she never got to do that, but she loved to travel. She loved to meet new people, and no one could ever tell her that she couldn't do something. And thus you have me. And I hope that I have passed some of those amazing qualities on to my own children. Learn something from El Salvador. Mother's Day is not about the gifts. It's about being together and appreciating the good and reflecting the light in others and in your mother, and knowing that she tried her best and did her best with where she was at the time. To finish off our Mother's Day celebration, El Salvador style, we came to the Plaza Morazan to do what everybody else is doing, walk around with their families, just enjoy being together, and listen to a mariachi band play in front of the National Theater. In the Plaza Morazon, we were just walking around and all of a sudden there's this big triangular hole. And I had to ask somebody, I'm like, what's up with your hole? And it ends up that the original Plaza Morazon had this really cool mosaic for its flooring. And they wanted to preserve some of that in the original culture and the original design. And so they cut this little triangle out of the new plaza when they put the new plaza down in order to preserve the memories of the old one. Pretty cool, huh? If you followed about 3 weeks ago, I did a video about what the mercado in San Salvador is like and how there's street vendors that are all over the sidewalks and how the streets were kind of cluttered, and it's a whole different kind of shopping experience. Well, since those 3 weeks, the city has come in and they moved all of those street vendors into an empty building so that now they can maintain their businesses inside, and they've totally cleared out and cleaned up the streets. So now there's tons and tons of room for families to go walking, and there's even more room now for more people to actually come here and bring more commerce into the centro. So there's more customers for the street vendors. And you know what? Some countries, it seems like are kind of in a self-destruct mode. But one thing I love about El Salvador is it's truly full speed ahead in the self-improvement mode. Let's come see and compare it with my old videos so you can see the changes they're making. In fact, right here is where I bought my TikTok leggings in my last video. But it's all cleaned up now. This is so crazy. Just 3 weeks ago, this street was like this big and we were walking down and shopping. I even found some fellow YouTubers, Emily and Zaira. Check their channel.
La idea es de que una generación ande con la nueva generación, ¿verdad? En el aspecto de que tenemos como El Salvador, como cuando decimos, es el momento, lo merecemos, o sea, merecemos esto, por todo lo que se ha sufrido de todo. Y no importa que lo que haya pasado, los documentales que hayan, pero El Salvador es otro. El futuro es otro.
Bueno, pues a nosotros la verdad nos gusta grabar porque como vamos mostrando diversos lugares turísticos, vamos descubriendo nuevos lugares que quizás nunca habíamos visto, o mostrarle a personas de otros países para que vengan a visitar aquí el turismo que hay acá en El Salvador.
Es bonito, pero también es de apoyar a la gente que va a estar en el mercado después. Porque si queremos una cultura diferente, también es de apoyar también a la gente para ir a consumir en orden, ¿verdad? O sea, esto es voluntad de todos, por eso.
I am Jenn. Travel more, live more, be more.